Good morning, Shlog fans. It is Tuesday morning. It is brisk, which is nice. Some fresh moisture must have fallen overnight because the dirt is tacky out here at Buzzard Gulch. This is a non-motorized area, so we can't come ride dirt bikes here, but that does mean that probably everywhere else in the valley is perfect today, right now. Just got some news that the first, maybe second, I don't know, confirmed case of COVID-19 is here in Montrose. So it's happening, as we all knew it would. But that doesn't change Highland Cycles and what I am doing. I'm going to continue with business as usual, just like always. I only ask that we don't get 10 or more of us jammed in the shop, mainly because I don't want to draw attention from the authorities. Also, like I've said before, if you guys want to keep your social distance, which I am all for, you can drop off your bike outside while we're open. Give me a call, say, hey, bike's outside, here's what I want you to do. Say, all right, I'll write that all down. We'll check the bike in, we'll do the work, we'll give you a call, say it's ready to go. You can pay me with a card over the phone, and then I can leave it outside for you. So there are ways around this, guys. That's all there is to it. I do happen to think, though, that inside Highland Cycles might be the safest place to be from the coronavirus, because with the fumes and chemicals and things like that are sure to give me cancer at some point, I don't think there's a lot of viruses growing. I'm not a virologist, though, so don't quote me on that, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, today's Shlog's gonna be good. We got a freaking boatload of work. It's business as usual as far as the amount of work going on. So I'm stoked. Dog is stoked. Hey, Leia, are you stoked? Are you stoked? Come here. Leia, come here. Are you stoked? Are you stoked? Say hi to the peoples. Yeah. It's gonna be a good day, guys. Sun's coming up just like it does every day. Let's get on with the daily Shlog. Mail time, guys, mail time. We're at the shop. I got something from my friends at Adventure Spec. Super stoked because I know what this is. I'm really excited. This is going to be the topic of a review here very, very soon, like the next time I go ride. Hey, knock it off. Knock it off, dog. So, let's check this out. Boom! It is the Adventure Spec lineman's jacket. I am super stoked. I don't really know much about it. Let's read about it together. This is an outer layer. It's got chest pockets, vents. Well, I'm going to go deep into it. Check it out, though. I'll put a link in the description. Hey, get out of here. I'll put a link in the description for this jacket. You guys check it out. Let's get up to date on this thing, and then yeah, I'm gonna be testing it like the very next time I go ride, so I'm really excited about it. Thank you so much, Adventure Spec. Really does mean the world to me that you guys are supporting us and the industry. You guys are awesome. Yeah, gotta get to work now. 70 is sparking, as you saw in the last Shlog, and now I'm gonna put hopefully get the carburetor all set up and ready to go, and gas in the tank, and see if it won't start. Right on, guys. So you saw a little bit of the craziness going on there. I was putting a reed spacer back in that YZ450 that we just worked on. He brought me that today to see if we can't make it run just a little bit better with that Electron on it. He put some V-forces on it, and he took the reed spacer out. So he had me put that reed spacer back in. And then this beautiful thing got dropped off. It is a 2020 Erzberg Edition 300 TPI. So I'm pretty excited to work on that. excited to kind of learn about it with you guys, what the differences are between this and the normal version. We're going to be putting a recluse in it, Radius CX, and a silencer. So I'll be filming that. It'll probably be tomorrow before we get to doing that, but I'll be filming the whole recluse install and have that as a separate video to show you how we install recluses here and what we think you ought to do to make that go as good as possible. So yeah, pretty excited about that. That's a sweet bike. I think that is going to be a lot of fun to work on. So right now, I'm working on the ZRX, the 1100. We have, I think, a fuel delivery issue. I think the carbs are just gummed up. We're going to have to take them off, take a look in there, see what we find. And it's just not taking throttle like it should. So gonna pop the seat and tank off, get the carbs off and out, and see what we can see. All right, guys. So I think I figured it out. Didn't take too terribly long, but so I'm gonna put this back on here just to show you. But this is a vacuum operated petcock, which is not my favorite petcock design ever, but it's just got reserve on and prime, and reserve and on when the bike's not running, no gas is flowing because it takes this vacuum line that goes to one of the intakes of the carb bodies, goes on, and it opens a diaphragm when the bike's running and lets fuel through. Well, it was super wet, and I pulled it off, and this whole thing was wet, which leads me to believe that it's pulling gas through here. And if you look, it's kind of hard to see. But anyway, this whole thing is leaking and got grime and stuff on it. So we're going to order a new one of those, and that should take care of his problem. 600. Okay. It's like I said, it should be here Thursday. Okay. I'll let you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it went from, it was there and then backward. So okay. Whatever. All right. But cool. We'll talk to you soon. Good. Have a good one. You bet. You too. Craziness here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Dirt bikes. All right, so I was working on the 70, and I got the carburetor out because, like I said, they sent me the wrong carburetor. I ordered a new one. It was the wrong one. I don't know if it was my fault or their fault, but anyway, whatever. It's the wrong one, and so I cleaned this again in the ultrasonic. It's still not awesome, but I was gonna go and sandblast and do whatever I needed to fix it, but when I went to take the pilot jet out, it broke. So we definitely need a carburetor now. So I got an email into these guys. Unfortunately, they've been shut down by the state of Michigan for the coronavirus situation, so we're out of luck there. So right now, unfortunately, that is on the back burner. That is a bummer. But now we're gonna take this carburetor off this WR and hopefully just clean out the pilot circuit and get it running. It's just a little off on the bottom. It's been sitting for a while, so hang on. Highland Cycles this Morgan. All right, so we got the WR up here, and before I take the carburetor all the way off, because it actually runs pretty good. Actually, I mean, it's really close. It's just that idle off idle move. It's just a little bit hesitant, and before I take all the time to take it all the way off and completely douche it, because honestly, the bike gets ridden a fair amount. It sat for a little bit, but I figured what I'd do is spin the carb, loosen this boot, loosen the front boot. Then you do have to take the hot start out of the way, otherwise it'll hit the motor mount and you can break it, so careful of that. But then you can spin the thing far enough to get a long flat blade screwdriver up in there to break that pilot jet loose. Took a look in it. You guys can't see, but trust me, it's clogged. So I'm gonna blow that thing out, blow the pilot circuit out with air, and then put it all back together, and I bet it runs just perfect. Quick trivia question, guys. What is the capital of the Dominican Republic? Zach and I are discussing, and comment below. Well, Zach, by the way, is working on a 250 SXF that's having some interesting problems, which it didn't come in for problems. It just came in for tires and some other stuff. But it runs for a little bit and does a little clicky thing and then stops and then starts right back up. I think the cam chain tensioner is maybe losing tension, and it gets just a little bit out of time and dies. So we're gonna check that out. We just looked at timing's good, all that's good. So we're gonna fire it back up and see if it's for sure that. If it is, then we'll get a new cam chain tensioner and put it on there. We put a top end in it back in 2018. So everything up there is fresh. The motor's fresh, it runs good, but like I said, it does this funky thing. So yeah, check that out. We'll get the WR tank back on, make sure it runs good, and then we'll move on. All right, got the tank back on. Let's see how she does. That's a good sign. Let it warm up here for a second, change the batteries in this camera. All right, we're back. Let's see. That's pretty good. Open the fuel screw up a little bit. I like it. I like it a lot. And this is the one that I cleaned the fork seal on. Seems to be staying nice and clean. Got just a little bit of dirt, but no drippies. So I think we're good to go. Call him up, let him know his bike's all good to go, ready to rock and roll, and yeah, pull the next ride up here. All right, so the WR is running good. We got the KTM all sorted out. It was actually on this thing, like I said, it would run, you'd rev it a little bit, and then you'd hear the idle would drop and you hear ting, 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 and it would stop. And after looking lots of things and just checking to make sure nothing horrible was happening, I figured out that it was actually just the decompression on the cam. The idle was getting low enough that it would pull back in, the weight would swing back in and then decompress or hold a valve open just a tiny bit, and it would kill it. So once we got the thing warmed up, ran some good gas through it, it's idling good, not having any problems, so excited about that. And now it is mail time again. The actual mail came, not just UPS, and super stoked. Got this, my favorite shock inside Brap, 2 strokes matter. Very excited to see what's in here. I'm guessing it's a shock since it says shock inside, but I don't know what shock. I'm guessing it's from a 2-stroke, which would be good because 2-strokes are awesome. Naha! Here we go. Good day. Hope all is well. I need to have my shock rebuilt. The rebound adjuster is broken. Just spins. Oh yeah, I remember talking to this guy. I can pick up Friday or Saturday if it's done. If not, I'll pay for shipping back. Thank you. Also, if you have any new cool 2-stroke stickers, put some on the bill. You bet. Derek, thank you so much. Yes, I remember talking about this. Let me show you guys what he's talking about. It's a sad, sad thing that happens to these. So these old PDS shocks, I think this is off of an 07 maybe, but let me show you. So the rebound adjuster just spins. It doesn't bottom out, doesn't do anything. This is a common problem for these guys. Undo. And see if we can't pull this sucker out. Yeah, So there's another part of this. It goes right there. Oh, that is a bummer. So we're buying a new shaft, unfortunately, because sometimes you can get down in there and dig the other part out, but this one's way too far gone. So this piece normally has another piece over here that's about the same diameter. But it cones up the other way and has threads on it, and it threads in there, it goes in, does its thing. But they start looking like this. They get all rusty and weird and gnarly, and then they seize and that thing breaks. That's the connection. That tiny little thing is a connection, and they break. So that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to call Derek and let him know that it will not be done by this weekend, which is a giant bummer, but it is what it is. So that is part of when we service shocks here at the shop. We take that adjuster out. I think I have this on one of my other videos. I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I'll put a card up. If I can't, you guys can Google around and find it. But we take that adjuster out every time, grease it, put it back in, and that keeps this from happening. And I'm not saying that someone neglected to do that. What I am saying is that probably this never ever got serviced the right way. Probably never got serviced at all. So yeah, that's a bummer. We're gonna have to buy a whole new shaft, because you can't. I don't think you can buy anything like to get this clevis. You have to buy the shaft. So let's go look that thing up and see. But I'm pretty sure poor Derek's gonna be in for some bad news. It's seized in there. And that's expensive. Let's see. Looks like it might be $250. Let's take a look here. Whew. Maybe a lot more than that. All right, so I'll make a phone call, make sure that's what it is, what year, make, and model, and then we'll go from there. Ugh, that's a bummer. All right, quick update. I just talked to Derek, and the list price on that thing is $366 for that part. He, like I, was very shocked and sad about that, and so that's a bummer. But what we're gonna do is we're just going to service the shock, and I'm going to put it back together, and he's just going to ride it with the rebound where it is. And you know what, dude? I'm down. I get it. Like an extra $366 on top of what it's going to cost for me to change the oil and service the thing is kind of outrageous. So I'm with it. I get it. So let's do what we can. We'll get it done. So we'll have a video on rebuilding those shocks, the old PDS shocks, here shortly. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll get that thing done. We'll get them rocking and rolling. It's end of the day, so I'm going to start pushing things in. And I'll hit you with the outro here in just a bit. One last cup of coffee for the day. I think I mentioned it before, but I got t-shirts with this logo on them. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested in supporting us, supporting Two Strokes, and supporting awesomeness. They're cool. You just click on the link, you choose your size and all that stuff. They ship right to you. I make a little bit of money on them. They help us spread the gospel of two wheels. Shameless plug, but if you like that idea, it's pretty cool. It says Highland Cycles on the back. So yeah, it helps us out. End of the day, guys. Great day. Tons of people coming in. Tons of people ordering parts, buying stuff. I just am filled with love and gratitude over this community who is just going to keep doing what they're doing regardless of this virus and all the craziness that's going on. They're all taking precautions, being safe, staying away from people, not taking chances, all that good stuff. It's really good. But they're still riding their dirt bikes because dirt biking is awesome and it's healthy and it's good for you and it's good for the environment and it's good. It's just good, right? So yeah, awesome stuff. Oh, now let me show you what we found on this YZ450 before I give you the full-on outro. So the deal with the 450 was that it would run and then it would stop. And then it would not be able to be kicked over. And anyway, so took it off. Piston doesn't look great. Lots of like, just doesn't look good there. Like it's scratched and stuff, but anyway, it just looks kind of chewed up. And then in moving this thing, well, there's Zach. he's going camping and having fun with his dirt bike tonight. So in trying to move this, there's a tight spot. It's really obviously hard to show you. You can see how it kind of stops. It's not good. It's not good at all. So it needs a crank. It needs a cylinder. It needs a head. So let me show you this. If you take a look at this cam journal, it's really dull. And there's a ding, which is interesting right there. I'm not sure where that came from. It's kind of dull. And then you look at this side of the journal, it's really dull. It shouldn't be dull like that. Like it should be nice and shiny. Look at the cam, and you can definitely feel a little bit of something there. Same with these. Ooh, this one's really bad. So it needs a head too. Well, we might be able to get that fixed from Engine Dynamics. I have to look into that and see, but it's not good. It's going to be really, really expensive. It's probably going to put a stop to the whole situation. He's probably not going to do it because it's an old motorcycle, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe he'll pony up, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. This thing's like on the edge of whether it's worth doing or not, because it's probably, honestly, the bill is going to be somewhere in the $2,500 range or more. I don't know, because all the parts and labor and tax and all that stuff. So, and then it needs fork seals, needs tires. I'm sure it needs chassis bearings. It needs a lot of things. So that's a tough discussion we're going to have, but it is what it is. Tomorrow, super stoked to work on the Erzberg Edition 300 TPI. Very exciting. Excited to go over with you guys what is different about this than the normal 2020s. I think I've kind of figured out what all is different. I'm pretty excited about it. Seems legit. Seems like a great bike. We are going to be installing a Recluse Radius CX and a Spark Ruster silencer, so that he's legal, and probably just going through touching all the nuts and bolts, make sure everything's tight from the factory, because he literally just bought this. It's got 6 miles of him riding it around the block at his house. So it is brandy spanky new. Super excited about working on that. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, guys, life's good. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys have been awesome. Honestly, this YouTube stuff and our online stuff has helped me make a little more money this month. That has helped combat dealing with the whole coronavirus thing and the fact that it's could slow business down. It isn't slowing business down yet. But if all my customers are not allowed to work, they're going to ride until they run out of money. And so hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully get back to work soon. But yeah, so this YouTube thing is a big deal for me. So if you think we've earned it and you think we're doing good stuff, hitting the subscribe button really helps a ton. That helps us move up in the rankings in the YouTube algorithm, and that will get us more views, which will then get us more ad sales, which will help make us some more money and help spread this gospel of two wheels I keep talking about. I'm really trying to get to buy some bikes so I can teach people how to ride that don't know how to ride. And yeah, I'd love to do just more awesome things, more giveaways, more stuff like that. So subscribe, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. And only if you think we've earned it. I think we're doing a pretty good job, I think. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what you guys are thinking about any of this stuff. Let's have a conversation. I love getting comments. I love answering questions. It's awesome. So anyway, I love you guys. Get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, and for goodness sakes, in times like these, when it's rough and it's crazy and life is crushing you and pushing and pressing and pulling, you got to find some time to ride your dirt bike.